panel findings revealed that prolonged and intense rainfall coupled with inadequate drainage systems caused widespread flooding that affected residential buildings, commercial premises, and public infrastructure. The incident damaged household property and business assets, disrupted economic activities, rendered several roads temporarily impassable, and temporarily displaced some residents. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, has received the Executive Secretary of the Pension Transition Arrangement Directorate, PTAD, Mrs. Tolulokpe Odunaya, on a briefing over the successful settlement of more than 39.6 billion naira in long-standing pension liabilities under the Defined Benefit Scheme. A statement issued by the Head, Information and Public Relations to the Federal Ministry of Finance, FA, disclosed that the briefing highlighted another milestone in the implementation of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, following the federal government's clearance of inherited pension obligations that had remained outstanding for years. Speaking, the Executive Secretary of PTAD informed the minister that the payments comprised 25.05 billion naira, representing the outstanding 35-month pension liabilities owed to 9,675 eligible pensioners of the defunct NITEL, 9.48 billion naira, representing the initial 50% payment of the back-end computation arrears to 3,959 eligible PHCN pensioners, and 5.09 billion naira, representing the balance of 50% payment of the 10.66% and 12.95% pension increment arrears due to 11,180 eligible pensioners of the defunct Assurance Bank, NICOM, NITEL, and People's Bank of Nigeria, while reaffirming that the settlement followed presidential approval granted in August 2025, with the required funding subsequently provided under the 2026 Appropriation Act. Mrs. Odunaya explained that the exercise has now brought to a close all inherited pension liabilities under the Defined Benefit Scheme, providing long-awaited relief to thousands of pensioners. Commending PTAD for the successful execution of the exercise, the minister noted that the settlement demonstrates the federal government's resolve to address long-standing obligations through prudent fiscal management and responsible governance. According to him, the development marks another milestone in the implementation of the Renewed Hope agenda, reflecting the federal government's focus on meeting long-standing obligations, strengthening public confidence, and improving the welfare of pensioners. The World Bank Group has endorsed a new country partnership framework aims to setting out a strategy towards creating more and better jobs by unlocking private sector-led growth for Nigeria between 2026 and 2032. The World Bank, in a press release to newsmen, disclosed that it also approved the Nigeria Actions for Investment and Jobs Acceleration Development Policy Financing Operation, which supports Nigeria's transition to a more inclusive growth model that spurs growth and creates jobs as part of its broader support. The group added that this is expected to expand energy access to 32 million Nigerians, deliver broadband connectivity to 58 million people, improve health and nutrition services for 40 million people, and support 9.5 million farmers, while strengthening human capital, boosting agricultural productivity, and expanding access to energy and digital infrastructure. According to the group, this operation is part of its broader support to Nigeria, combining policy reforms with investment and financing in energy, digital infrastructure, agriculture, private sector development, and social protection to help deliver lasting improvements in job creation, economic resilience, and poverty reduction. The bank further acknowledged that through this country partnership framework, it will work alongside with Nigeria to help unlocking private investment, expanding access to infrastructure and essential services, and creating the enabling conditions for businesses to innovate and compete. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday charged Nigerian athletes representing the country at the forthcoming 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland, to compete with courage, honor, integrity, discipline, and patriotism, urging them to make the nation proud by excelling through fair competition. President Tinubu gave the charge through his Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, during the presidential send-off ceremony at the State House, Abuja, ahead of the team's departure for Glasgow. President Tinubu described the athletes as worthy ambassadors of the nation's resilience, talent, and determination, expressing confidence in their ability to deliver outstanding performances on the global stage. Team Nigeria was led to the State House by the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, alongside NSC Director General Bukola Olokpade and the National Institute for Sports Director General, Mr. Philip Shuaibu, among others. According to the presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga, President Tinubu urged the athletes to uphold the highest standards of sportsmanship and integrity throughout the games, stressing that true victory is achieved through hard work, discipline, and fair play. President Bola Tinubu has described the new ECOWAS headquarters edifice as a symbol of renewal, resilience, and confidence in a shared future, as well as a resolve to build a more prosperous and united West Africa. The new ECOWAS headquarters in Abuja was officially commissioned by President Tinubu alongside the President of Sierra Leone and Chair of the ECOWAS Authority Heads of State and Government, President Julius Maada Bio, Vice President Kashim Shettima, who represented President Tinubu at the event, made this known during the commissioning ceremony in Abuja. That report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. Now, on a sad note, a former secretary to the Benue State government, Professor David Salifu, is dead. Confirming the incident during an interview with ASO Radio and Television, a family member of the deceased said Professor Salifu had escaped an attempted kidnapping in Ukari while traveling to Makudi, the Benue State capital. He sustained gunshot wounds during the attack, but later succumbed to his injuries on Thursday night at a health facility. The deceased served as Benue's SSG between 2011 and 2015. Until his demise, he was a staunch member of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in Benue South Senatorial District. Our hearts go out to the family of the late Professor David Salifu and all those he left behind. It is on that sad note we draw the curtain on today's edition of ASO Briefing. Many thanks for watching. I am Richard Alechinwanyebe.
national anthem, please. Thank you. Let's be seated. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, represented here by the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly, the Common Senator Goswill Obotakpabio, GCON. Let me welcome all the other senators that are here, both serving and former. I'd like to especially welcome the Honorable Minister of the FCT, His Excellency Barrister Chief Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike, CON. The Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, Chairman of FCT Area Councils, senior officials of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, members of the Honorable Minister's entourage, heads of security agencies, our royal fathers, our market women and youths that are here, the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellencies, if I were to be a travel consultant and I'm to advise an adventurous person, I will tell you, if you want to travel the world, if you like eating, go to Istanbul. If you like history, go to Rome. If you like colors, go to Barcelona. And if you like art, go to Melbourne. If you like mystery, go to Edinburgh. If you like royalty, go to Madrid. If you like chaos, go to London. If you are in love, go to Paris. If you like sweets, go to Brussels. If you like fashion, go to Milan. And if you like paradise, go to Bali. But if you like infrastructure, world-class infrastructure that results in enduring legacy, come to Abuja. So, Your Excellencies, every great community is born twice. It is first born in the vision, within the imagination of planners who dare to see possibility where others see empty land. Within the calculations of engineers who transform ideas into enduring structures. Within the determination of leaders who understand that tomorrow must never be left to chance. Only afterwards is that vision given physical form. In roads that welcome movement, in homes that welcome families, in schools that awaken curiosity, and in markets that encourage enterprise. Sometime last year or 2 years ago, I was on this road with His Excellency the President to flag off the renewed hope estate. Today, there's a road that leads to that estate. Real estate will go higher, but the people will enjoy more. So without much ado, let me welcome all of you. I feel extremely excited because the first time we came here, going to that estate, it was bushy. It was undulating. The car almost spoiled. But today, I almost felt like trekking on the road. I welcome all of you as I invite here a world-class engineer that is turning Abuja into Dubai, the Acting Executive Secretary of the FCDA. Please welcome here, Engineer Richard Yunana Dauda.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, here represented by the President of the Senate, His Excellency, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, ranking members of the National Assembly that are here, and other members, both currently serving and former, the Excellency, the Barrister Ezra Onyesom Wike, CON, the Honorable Minister of FCT, the Honorable Minister of State FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, other members of the Federal Executive Council that are present here, Area Council Chairmen that are here, other top government officials here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Kindly permit me to align with the protocol established by the Director of Ceremony as I welcome you all. It is my honor and gratitude to you for making our time to grace this occasion of the commissioning of access roads to the renewed Hope cities and estates within Karsana districts. Your Excellency, the FCT administration, as part of its mandate and its pursuit to sustain infrastructure development in the FCT, awarded a contract for the provision of access roads to renewed Hope cities and estates projects in Karsana West District of the Federal Capital City. The project was awarded to Messrs. Lubric Construction Company Limited in February 2025. The Excellency, access roads network to the renewed Hope cities and estates within Karsana districts comprises of 3 arterial roads, arterial M40, arterial N16, and arterial N11, as well as 1 special important local street called SILS 03. This is as provided in the Abuja Master Plan. The arterial road M40 within the Karsana district is one of the transverse arterials that traverse phase 4 of the city, which starts from the Outer Northern Expressway, which is the Murtala Mohammed Expressway, and continues up to its intersection with the Northern Parkway, while arterial N11 and N16 are longitudinal arterials that traverse several districts in several phases, right from phase 1 up to phase 4. The arterial N11 is part of the phase 4 section of the Ahmadu Bello Way, which we have in phase 1 and 2, and the arterial N16 is part of the Yomi Osebanjo Way, which we have in phase 2, and it includes the road that was commissioned last week, the interchange at N16 and Ring Road 2. It was commissioned on 25th by Mr. President. Your Excellency, the scope of work for this project includes the development of 4.37 kilometers of the arterial M40, 2.75 kilometers of arterial road N11, and 2.2 kilometers of arterial road N16, as well as about 1.1 kilometers of this special important local street, which tees off from the N16 to give access to the renewed Hope estates. The total length of these roads put together is 10.5 kilometers. The scope of works includes of 10.5 meters wide asphalt pavement for the arterial roads and a dual carriageway of 6 meters wide on each side for the special important local street. It comes with drainages of various types, structures like box culverts, 9 in number, pipe culverts across the road, about 7 in number, and several access culverts that provide access to the plots, as well as over 11.6 kilometers of trapezoidal drainages. We also have solar powered street lighting as well as curbs and green verges. The works are completed and ready for commissioning. Your Excellency, the completion of this road has opened up this area of Karsana districts, both north and west of Karsana districts, for rapid development. It has provided the needed access to the renewed Hope cities and estates, and while reducing the travel time. In the course of the works, many Nigerians were gainfully employed. We thank the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezenwo Wike, CON, for the opportunity to be part of this project. Thank you all for being here, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Engineer. 10.5 kilometers of road that has now made this estate indeed renewed hope. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate the opening of possibility. We celebrate the beginning of connection. We celebrate another important milestone in the continuing effort to build a world-class city. For no city truly begins with buildings. It begins with access. Before homes can flourish, they must be reached. Before regions can grow, they must be connected. Before schools can open, there must be road. And that is why what we are doing here today is of utmost importance. I welcome all of you, but the leader can envision it. If the contractor does not get it right, we'll be wasting our time. We are very happy to welcome here the contractor, the regional manager of Local Construction Company. This contract is 1977. I welcome you. You must have the chieftaincy title around there, the way they love you. I welcome you, Anthony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Senate, His Excellency Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nizam Ezenwo Wike, the Minister of the State, Madam Maria Mahmoud, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and gratitude that I stand before you today on behalf of Lubric Construction Company at the commissioning of the access roads to the renewed Hope Cities and Estate in Karsana West District. We sincerely appreciate the Federal Capital Territory Administration under the visionary leadership of the Honorable Minister, Barrister Nizam Ezenwo Wike, for the confidence reposed in our company to execute this important project. At Lubric Construction Company, we remain committed to delivering quality infrastructure that meets the high standards and contributes meaningfully to the development of the Federal Capital Territory and our nation. We are especially honored by the presence of the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, whose participation in this ceremony underscores the federal government's commitment to the infrastructure development under the Renewed Hope agenda. On behalf of our management and staff, I thank the FCT administration, the consultants, the engineers, our dedicated workforce, and the host communities for their invaluable support throughout the execution of the project. We are proud to have contributed to the development of the FCT and look forward to continuing to partner with the government in building a better Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Capital Territory and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, every year is distinguished by men and women who choose not to merely occupy office, but to leave enduring footprints upon the landscape of history. Our next speaker belongs to that category. A world-class medical doctor who believes in humanity and the health community. She is the Honorable Minister of State for the FCT. Please, with humility, let me welcome her, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud.
Thank you very much. The Master of Ceremony, Your Excellency, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, ably represented by the Senate President and Chairman of the National Assembly, His Excellency Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio, GCOA. All members of the National Assembly that are here with us, both Senate and House of Representatives, serving and former, His Excellency the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Ezemo Yosumike, COA. Permit me to stand on the well-established protocol. It is gratitude and deep sense of fulfillment that I stand before you to appreciate everyone that has come again to celebrate yet another important milestone in this administration. We give thanks to Almighty God for His continuous blessing and also the opportunity to be part of today's celebration, the commissioning of the access road to the renewed hub cities and estate here in Karsana West District. Today is another defining moment in our continued collective journey in building a modern, accessible, and also inclusive Federal Capital Territory. Permit me, on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, to extend our deepest appreciation, as always, to His Excellency, the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Federal Capital Territory. Permit me, on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, to extend our deepest appreciation, as always, to His Excellency, the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, TCFR, for his continued support and his continued unwavering commitment that has continued to transform the whole nation through provision and enhance the quality of life of our citizens. We say thank you to Mr. President, sir. We also appreciate the leadership of the National Assembly for their unflinching support always and also their guidance towards achieving our goals. We appreciate His Excellency Barrister Ezemo Yosumike, Mr. President, for his exceptional leadership and also his commitment that always transforms drawings into landmarks and also promises made and also his commitment that always transforms drawings into landmarks and also promises made being fulfilled. We say thank you, Mr. Project, sir. To the team of engineers, the consultants, our contractors under the leadership of the Acting Executive Secretary, Richard Yunana Doda, we say thank you for everyone that has contributed to the success of this project and the program we are holding now. For our distinguished guests, our supporters, associates, our political leaders, and all our loved ones that have been coming to support us, to motivate us, to show us their trust in the government of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We say thank you for coming. Your presence always makes this more meaningful and more colorful. Thank you for coming. May God bless everyone that has come to celebrate and support. May God bless the Federal Capital Territory and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all for coming.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, historians believe that empires have risen, kingdoms have flourished, civilizations have altered the course of human history. Yet, time has shown remarkably difference to their words, to their armies, and even their times. For history remembers nations in a manner altogether different from the way nations remember themselves. It remembers not what they possessed, it remembers what they give to the people. Every generation arrives upon the stage believing it has inherited a nation, yet the truth is far more profound. It has inherited a responsibility. Our next speaker is being loved, is being appreciated, is being written up all over Nigeria because of what is bequeathing not to today's generation, but to future generation. It's now therefore my honor and pleasure to welcome a man of history and a man of triumph, His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Chief Minister.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, ably presented by the workaholic Senate President, Chairman, National Assembly, former Governor of Akwa Ibom State, where he had the title of a common performer, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. Our distinguished senators here that came with Excellency, the Senate President, leaders of political parties that are here, the Honorable Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory, Mandate Secretaries, Chief of Staff, Acting Head of Service, Permanent Secretaries and Directors, Acting Executive Secretary of FCT, residents of Katsina District, our dear women, our dear youth, the Executive Director and Management Staff of Lubricant Construction Nigeria Limited, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm surprised that we forget history. We forget history. One thing people will never forget, where you made your name, where people know you. It's just like the time I'm a lawyer, I agree. But we know the foundation for me, University of Port Harcourt, where I graduated from political science. So my dear Senate President, you have made your name, uncommon performer, and that name is continuing with you. You got not to excel. We are the same family then. Blood is thicker than water. Mr. Senate President, let me again once more appreciate you and thank you for representing Mr. President very well. Today is the 18th day of the Commission of Presidents under the 3rd year anniversary of Mr. President. Mr. President, the Director of Programs, our dear brother, has said here, when he came here 2024, precisely, when Mr. President came to lay the foundation of New Hope estates and cities here. For those I was imagining how would anybody bother himself or herself to come and live in this area. No road. When he was talking about potholes, pothole means that road, but bad road. This one, there was no road. It was terrible. And then I remember one of the developers now covered me and said, please, all our investment will be in vain if there's no road constructed here. I said, well, the matter of fact, it is renewed hope. Go home and sleep. We must have to construct the road in this Katsina district. Last year, to be precise, February 2025, this contract was awarded to Lubricants. I thank God today, the 3rd year anniversary of Mr. President, is a different story. Story that we have turned around this area and look at how beautiful it is. Mr. President, it is your handwork, it is your support for the FCT administration. It would not have been possible if you have not given us the support and that of National Assembly, who are that our budget is passed as quickly as possible. So I want to sincerely thank you and thank the contractor. Each time I come here and I will ask them, we're almost in Bay 29, they say, sir, we'll try our best, but you two try your best. As a hardest, I've given you the job. They said, no, some other things we have to come in. Payment. I thank God today, payment is no longer a problem. And finishing the work is not a problem. So too, parties have fulfilled their own obligation. Mr. President, let me say this yesterday, and let me say this today. What happened yesterday when some people came with a banner showing the bad road, and we did say that we are going to fully construct that road. Mr. President, let me tell you that on the 8th of July, that is next week, Wednesday, we are going to flag off the construction of that road. And let me correct one impression. This morning, as we were trying to set out, I was privileged to watch the television, particularly Arise television. And the presenters had to take on the Senate President. The Senate President said, no president in this country has constructed infrastructure the way President Tinubu has done. We were in Abuja yesterday, and the subject matter has to do with infrastructure as far as FCT is concerned. And you said, and it is correct, no president has constructed not only in the city center, even in the satellite town. That was what you said. He did not talk about the whole Nigeria. Even if you said the whole Nigeria, you are right. But your comment centered on FCT, where you are carrying out assignment yesterday to talk about Mr. President. Let everybody come out to say whether the satellite towns, whether they have known governance before, whether they've seen impact of government before. Nobody knew about this Katsina district. Nobody. But today, see where we are. It is about provision of infrastructure. So stand firm in what you said. We will defend you with our actions. I want to sincerely thank you. And let me also thank the FCT. I was discussing with the Senate President. I said, why acting? I said he's acting because he's a civil servant. He was the director of engineering. He said, why not? I said, no. If we name a politician now, he will begin to disrupt the job that we are doing. He will begin to talk about somebody who recommended him for the appointment. And look at everything going on. The director of engineering knows the risk if he refuses to obey me. He knows. But if it's a particular appointee, probably Mr. Senate President recommended him to Mr. President. He will not see that I'm his boss. That will quarrel every day, and the job will not be done. You can imagine me facing Mr. Senate President every day, and you call me, why is it that you are not allowed the executive director, executive secretary of the FCT to do his work? Don't you know that he's supposed to be independent and carry out his function? Look at what the director, the acting ES, is doing. If you don't know obey me, you know the consequences. And that's why we are all working together. On that note, at least I should recommend somebody around. At least I should. All I'm saying, you can see how we are working, because sometimes, I'm not saying political appointment is not good, but sometimes people do not draw the line to see that it affects performance. It does. It affects performance. So on that note, I invite you to please do us the favor of commissioning these roads in Katsina district to the glory of God. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please be seated. Thank you so much. Your Excellencies, distinguished Senator Nweboyi, Deputy Majority Whip of the Senate, from distinguished Senator Isinaso to distinguished Senator Aneka Mbasi. Let me also recognize distinguished Senator Abe, who is also chairman of NUPRC, and distinguished Senator Aduda. I hope you are joining us in the 11th Senate. Your people love you. The Honorable Minister of the FCT and one-time performing governor of Rivers State, who learns from me. The minister visited my state once when I was a governor, and that time he was a minister, and he entered the underground pipe jacking drainage system. He came out with handkerchief in his hand. I said, "What is this?" He said, "If I ever had the opportunity to be in Rivers State, I would perform miracles." So God gave you the opportunity, and you performed excellently well. In fact, I got so worried at the time. I came to you and I pleaded with you. I said, I supported you to become governor, not to surpass what I did. So please take it easy. If Jesus Christ had done all the work for God, there will be no need for the Pope. So another governor will come. Don't do this just because you saw me working so hard. But now it has become your DNA. Wherever you go to, you show your hand. God will bless you. The members of the working committee of the All Progressives Congress, please ignore the comments of the Honourable Minister that I was an uncommon performer in APC, in PDP. He's not talking about PDP of today. And you need to know that at that time there was no APC. There was no APC. APC was born about 2014. By that time I was already 7.5 years as a governor. That's why sometimes I refer to myself as an ancestor. I was sworn into office way back in 2007, and there was no APC then. A progressive-minded person like me should belong to a progressive family. And therefore, when APC came to be, I discovered that that was my group, that I was in the wrong party called PDP. So I and joined the progressives. And shortly after that, you see, you now know what happened to PDP. They fragmented. So I don't know how you are going to put it together, but I recognize you as the national leader of the winning faction of the PDP. Because you are doing well. And I thank God our public secretary is here, Mauka. You heard what the Arise did this morning. You were there on that day, and they misrepresented what I said. I'm used to it. So what I said was about Federal Capital Territory. I still repeat myself. I've never seen where a president and a minister of the Federal Capital Territory will commission projects anniversary by anniversary. Up to 31 projects in the third year anniversary, up to 31. And he has whispered to me that before even the commencement of elections, by January next year, 19 more projects of high quality will be added for commissioning. So let the people who are on a rise, let them stop misquoting me. I have stopped watching television because most of the things they say are not what I say. I was talking about federal capital territory. If I were to talk about states of the federation in general, I'll still be right because I've not seen any president. Okay, I don't want to talk about the slow train, so I won't say anything about that. At the time in Lagos, if you are riding a bicycle, you pass the train going to Ibadan, and the train will still be moving. So I don't want to mention that at all. Neither I can mention the fact that from Badagry to Sokoto, major infrastructure is being done today by this administration. And that stretch alone has 74 dams, which will revolutionize agriculture in the northern region. I can also mention the coastal road that the people of Niger Delta dreamt of for the past 100 years, but today has become a reality. So the other day we were in a former FIRS, now NRS, we commissioned a project. I was shocked. I have seen that building right from when I was a commissioner in 2002, but I did not know what the structure was for. But under this administration, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has completed that place. Go and take a look at it. When you enter inside, you see quality, you see what a man can do. He is not discriminating against his projects and projects that were started more than 20, 30 years ago. FCT is not born today, but the satellite towns are now feeling the impact of governance everywhere. Look at this road that we are about to commission. I used to hear of Kasana village, but now it has become Kasana city. Kasana city. So anybody who wants, it is easy to sit on television and talk and comment. It's just like blaming Messi and blaming Ronaldo that they should have scored that goal. That if you were the one, you would have taken it through the left. But get to the field and then you will see that your mouth commentary is not the same thing as leg commentary. This is the truth. So on that note, let me just respect all protocols. And then please inform you that I am Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President and Chairman of National Assembly, here to represent a workaholic President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who in collaboration with the Minister of the FCT is doing the wonders that we are seeing in the FCT. I challenge anybody to come here. Even me, going to the villa from my house in Asokoro, when I pass through that bridge, I always pray for you. I say, may God bless you and your administration in the FCT. And this is something that, this is not my first time in Abuja. As a lawyer of 40 years standing, I have traversed the FCT because I used to come here to Corporate Affairs Commission. And so I know the difference. If others cannot see, that is their own business. If others cannot see, that is their business. Myself and Mao Ohabowa, who was in the A Senate and now pro-chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, you know the difference between even then and now. Don't you know the difference? You know the difference. So, and you also know that at that time there was no, when I was governor, I've been to your village. When I was governor, I was then in the PDP. There was no APC, am I right? Now there is APC. Should I continue in the wrong place? Should I continue in the wrong place? If the Minister of FCT has the stomach to take the problems of PDP, let him continue. For me, I look at him and I will say, well, he has the energy. I don't have the energy. Age is not on my side. I think you are below 50 or so. So let me represent the President. The President is very excited to be here to commission this access road. access roads to homes and offices, access road to work, access road to the future that will terminate in the renewed hope agenda earlier promised before the elections. The 10.5 kilometer road network linking the renewed hope city and assets in Kasana West to the rest of Abuja is now open for users. Construction of these arterial roads 11, 16, and 14, and especially important local roads, what we now call ILS. Important local roads 03, all are now completed. This is not groundbreaking ceremony, for your information. If I were a doctor, I would like to attend recovery ceremonies and Thanksgiving. I would not like to go for burials if any patient comes near me. So I'm not that kind of person. You can do groundbreaking ceremony and at the end, the project is not completed. This is commissioning, not groundbreaking ceremony. This is a road that you can drive on today and a road that you can see. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, by linking Kasana West to the Outer Northern Expressway, also known as the Murtala Mohammed Expressway, we have made thousands of affordable housing units accessible, livable, and safe for the residents of FCT and visitors alike. This is renewed hope on the ground. It means less time in traffic, lower vehicular costs, safer movements at night, and the dignity of arriving at your doorstep without a struggle. When I performed the groundbreaking ceremony, the voice of the President, for the 3,112 units of Renewed Hope City here in Kasana, I gave one clear directive: provide the roads, provide the engineering infrastructure, and unlock this district for development. Housing without access is a blueprint without a structure. For too long, Abuja's story was awarded and abandoned. This is the voice of the President. Abuja's history was that of projects awarded but abandoned. Today we are ending that story with roads that open, not one that shall be abandoned. I gave the assignment to a minister who treats deadlines as duties. I told the Honourable Minister of the FCT, by Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, that civil servants, families, and investors cannot live in houses they cannot access, they cannot reach. Open Kasana and open it now. He took that brief, set the pace, and today you can see he has delivered. When urgency meets quality, results follow. That is what you are standing on today. Honourable Minister Wike, the difference in the FCT of your time is visible, because you do not work and let the results speak. You don't talk about anything, Where are you? I'm talking about results. You took stalled corridors and made them active corridors. You brought the same urgency to Kasana that you brought to other districts, including the satellite towns and the area councils. That is why families here can now drive to homes that were once inaccessible. Minister, you have earned my trust and you have earned my commendation. Those are the words of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mr. President also commends the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maya Mahmood, and the FCTA team, and all the engineers, mandate secretaries. Your supervision and technical discipline kept the work within specification and within time. When the Federal Executive Council awarded the contract for this project to Lubric Construction Company on the 11th day of February 2025, they were plainly told, we will pay you on time. You must work and deliver also on time. They met the standard, they met the timing. So I commend Lubric Construction Limited. Under this administration, contractors who deliver will be paid without delay. That is the bargain that we have. In return, you must deliver on time and you must deliver to specification. Your quality will earn you more jobs. We will not accept excuses for missed deadlines, and we will not accept substandard work as completed work. To the people of Kasana and the wider FCC, these roads belong to you. Guard them, take care of them. Keep the drains clear of refuse. Do not deface the street lights. Do not vandalize them. Do not turn places into illegal motor parks. Do not turn them into illegal markets or even to workshops. We build this for you and for your use. Do not abuse it. Where there is no encroachment, we will clear it. Public access must remain public. Let me reiterate here. Renewed hope is not a slogan. It is a method we practice. Identify the bottleneck, find the solution, supervise the work, and finish what we have started. That method is turning Abuja into a real city where infrastructure keeps pace with ambition. When roads arrive before frustration, when lies arrive before fear, when access arrives before excuses, citizens begin to trust the government and can work with them. And that is why the people of the FCT and Nigerians trust Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. With that trust as our foundation, and with gratitude to Almighty God, and I have the singular honor and privilege to officially welcome the access roads to the renewed hope cities and estates in Kasana, west of the federal capital city, for mobility, for housing, for security, and for the continued progress of the federal capital territory, the residents and visitors alike. May God bless the federal capital territory, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you all for listening.
representative of the President in the actual commissioning of the road.
To the glory of God, I hereby, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Commander-in-Chief of access roads to the renewed hope cities and estates in Kasana West District of Abuja, officially commissioned today by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, this Friday, 3rd day of July, 2026, to the glory of God.
After the commissioning, we have the good photograph. We have the good photograph on the National Assembly anthem. The national anthem, please. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And one more time, congratulations to residents of Kasana.
I see the sweet us, he dey bend them. I see they bend them, oh boy, they sweet us. I see the sweet us, he dey bend them. I see they bend them, oh boy, they sweet us. I see the sweet us, he dey bend them. I see they bend them. I see the sweet us, he dey